Hey everyone, welcome back to GoSpeakly English podcast. Oh my goodness, I am so excited for today's episode.
Hello, and yeah, today is going to be super fun, trust me.
I'm Sophie, and I've been teaching English for 8 years now, and honestly, sports vocabulary is something my students ask about all the time.
And I'm Daniel. Sophie, you know what? I remember when I first started learning English, talking about football with my friends was so difficult. I would just point at the TV and say, ball, goal, run.
Oh no, but you know what? That's actually how most people start, and that's totally okay. Today, we're going to fix that together.
Exactly. Whether you play cricket, love watching basketball, or just enjoy a casual game of badminton on weekends, this episode is for you.
So here's what we're covering today. We'll talk about how to discuss sports you play, how to talk about sports you watch on TV, the vocabulary you actually need, not the complicated stuff, and real conversations you can have with friends, colleagues, or even strangers.
And we'll keep it simple, fun, and super practical. No boring grammar lectures, I promise.
Absolutely not. Just real English that real people use every single day.
Now, before we dive in, if you're enjoying this podcast, do us a huge favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to GoSpeakly English Podcast, and drop a comment telling us your favorite sport. We read every single comment.
Yes, we really do. And you know what? Your support keeps us going. We upload fresh episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you're always learning something new.
All right, let's jump right in.
Okay, so part one, let's talk about sports you actually play yourself. Maybe you play every day, maybe once a week, or maybe just when friends call you. Doesn't matter. We'll cover it all.
Right. So, Sophie, where do we even start? Like, if someone asks me, do you play any sports? What's a good way to answer?
Great question. So the simplest way is to just say, yes, I play, and then add the sport. For example, yes, I play cricket, or yes, I play badminton.
Simple enough.
But here's the thing. If you want to sound more natural, you can add a little bit more, like, yeah, I play cricket on weekends with my friends.
Oh, I like that. So you're giving context, not just answering yes or no.
Exactly. Context makes the conversation flow better. Another example. I play volleyball at my college every evening.
Nice. And what if someone doesn't play any sport regularly, like they only play sometimes?
Good point. You can say, I don't play regularly, but I enjoy playing football once in a while.
Once in a while. That's a great phrase.
Yes, it means occasionally, not often, but sometimes. You can also say from time to time or now and then.
So I play tennis now and then with my neighbor.
Perfect. See, you're getting it. Now let's talk about how to describe your skill level, because people often ask, are you good at it?
Yeah, and honestly, I'm not good at most sports, so what do I say?
Totally fine. You can be honest. Say, I'm not very good, but I enjoy playing. Or, I'm still learning, but it's fun.
I love that, still learning. It sounds positive, not negative.
Exactly. You're not putting yourself down, you're just being real. Now, if you're decent at a sport, you can say, I'm okay at it, or I'm pretty good.
And if you're amazing?
Then you say, I'm quite good at it, or I've been playing for years, so I'm experienced.
Nice. So we have not very good, still learning, okay, pretty good, quite good, experienced. That's a solid range.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about frequency. How often you play matters in conversation.
Right, because playing every day is different from playing once a month.
Exactly. So here are some phrases. I play every day. I play twice a week. I play on weekends. I play whenever I get time.
Whenever I get time, that's relatable. Life gets busy.
Totally. You can also say, I used to play a lot, but now I don't have much time.
Oh, that's a good one. Used to is past habit, right?
Yes, it means you did it before, but not anymore. Like, I used to play hockey in school.
Got it. So let me try a full sentence. I used to play cricket every evening, but now I only play on Sundays.
Perfect. That sounds completely natural. Now let's talk about where you play, because location adds more detail.
Right, like park, gym, school ground.
Exactly. I play basketball at the local court. I play badminton at my society's sports complex. We play football in the park near my house.
Society sports complex. That's very common in cities.
Yes, especially in India and Pakistan. You can also say at the club or at the community center.
And what about home, like table tennis?
Good example. I play table tennis at home with my brother.
Nice. Okay, so we've covered what you play, how often, your skill level, and where. What else?
Let's talk about who you play with, because that makes conversation interesting.
Right, like friends, family, teammates.
Exactly. I play with my friends. I play with my colleagues after work. I'm part of a team, so I practice with them.
Part of a team. That sounds more serious.
It does. It shows commitment. You can also say, I joined a local club, or I play in a league.
Oh, league, like competitive?
Yes, a league is an organized competition. Like, I play in a weekend cricket league.
That's cool. Now, what if someone asks, why do you play that sport?
Great question. People love knowing the reason. You can say, I play it for fitness. I play it to relax. I play it because it's fun.
Or, I play it because my friends play it. Peer pressure.
Yes, that's actually very common. You can also say, I've loved this sport since childhood.
Since childhood. That shows passion.
Absolutely. Okay, now let's do a quick role play. I'll ask you questions. You answer naturally. Ready?
Ready.
Do you play any sports?
Yeah, I play football on weekends with my friends.
Oh, nice. Are you good at it?
I'm okay. Still learning some skills, but I enjoy it a lot.
Where do you usually play?
We play at the ground near my neighborhood. It's a nice open space.
That sounds fun. How long have you been playing?
I've been playing for about 2 years now.
Perfect. See, that's a natural conversation. You gave details without over-explaining.
Yeah, it felt smooth.
Exactly. Now, one more thing. Common mistakes. People often say, I am playing cricket, when they mean they play it regularly.
Oh, right. I am playing is present continuous, happening right now.
Correct. So, I play cricket means it's your habit. I am playing cricket means you're doing it at this moment.
Got it. So I play tennis every Sunday, not I am playing tennis every Sunday.
Exactly. Another mistake, I play the football.
Wait, we don't use the?
Nope. Sports don't take the. It's just, I play football, I play cricket, I play hockey.
Oh, but we say the guitar, the piano.
Yes, musical instruments take the, but sports don't. Confusing, I know, but that's English.
Have actually English logic.
All right, let's move to part 2, talking about sports you watch.
Okay, part 2. Now this is my zone. I love watching sports on TV.
Yeah, I know, you're always talking about matches.
Guilty. So how do we talk about sports we watch? It's different from playing, right?
Absolutely. The vocabulary changes a bit. Let's start simple. If someone asks, do you follow any sports? What do you say?
Follow. That means watching regularly?
Exactly. Follow means you keep up with it. You watch it often. So, yes, I follow cricket, or I follow the NBA.
NBA, National Basketball Association. Nice example.
Thanks. You can also say, I'm a big fan of football, or I love watching tennis.
Big fan. That shows enthusiasm.
Yes. Now, if you want to talk about a specific team, you say, I support, or I'm a fan of.
Like, I support Manchester United.
Perfect. Or, I'm a fan of Mumbai Indians. I support Pakistan cricket team.
And if someone asks why you support that team?
You can say, I've been supporting them since I was a kid. Or, I love their playing style. Or simply, they're my favorite.
Simple and effective. Now, what about talking about matches, like if there's a match happening?
Good question. You can say, there's a match tonight. Or, did you watch the match yesterday?
And if it's live right now?
The match is on right now. Or, I'm watching the game live.
Game or match, same thing?
Pretty much. Game is more common in American English, especially for basketball, baseball, American football. Match is common for cricket, football, tennis.
Got it. So I watched the cricket match and I watched the basketball game.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about results. How do you talk about who won?
Oh, this is important. Who won is the question, right?
Yes, and you answer, India won, or Real Madrid won. Simple.
What if it's close?
You can say, it was a close match, or they won by a small margin.
Margin, meaning difference?
Exactly. Like they won by 2 runs, or they won by 1 goal.
And if one team completely destroyed the other?
You can say, it was a one-sided match, or they dominated the game.
Dominated. I like that word.
Yes, it means they controlled the game completely. You can also say they crushed them in casual conversation.
Crushed, that's strong.
It is very informal. Now, let's talk about players. How do you talk about your favorite player?
Oh, I have so many. Like, Virat Kohli is my favorite cricketer.
Perfect. You can also say, I'm a huge fan of Cristiano Ronaldo, or I admire Serena Williams.
Admire, that's respectful.
Yes, it shows deep respect. You can also say, he's an incredible player, or she's phenomenal.
Phenomenal, amazing, exceptional.
Exactly. Now, what if you want to talk about a player's performance in a match?
Like, he played well?
Yes, that works. You can also say, he had an amazing game. She was outstanding today. He scored a brilliant goal.
Brilliant. I hear that a lot in British English.
Absolutely, very common. You can also say, he was on fire in casual talk.
On fire, meaning performing exceptionally?
Yes, it's an idiom, like Babar Azam was on fire yesterday.
I love it. And if a player played badly?
You can say he had a bad game or he didn't perform well today. If you're being casual with friends, you might say he was off today.
Off, meaning not at his usual level.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about tournaments and championships.
Right, like World Cup, IPL, Champions League.
Yes, so you say, I'm watching the World Cup, or the IPL is starting next month.
And if you're excited about it?
I can't wait for the World Cup, or I'm so pumped for the finals.
Pumped, excited, energized.
Yes, very casual. You can also say, I'm looking forward to the tournament.
That's more formal.
A bit, yes. Now, let's talk about watching with others. How do you say that?
Like, I watched the match with my friends?
Perfect. Or we all gathered at my place to watch the game.
Gathered, came together.
Exactly. You can also say, we had a watch party.
Watch party. That sounds fun.
It is. It's when friends come over, watch the game together, eat snacks. Very common.
I love that. Now, what about discussing the match after it's over?
Great point. You can say, did you see that goal? Or that catch was unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Incredible. Hard to believe.
Yes. You can also say, what a match, or that was intense.
Intense. Very exciting. Full of tension.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about predictions. Before a match, people often predict who will win.
Right. Like, I think India will win.
Perfect. Or, my money's on Brazil. That's a casual way to say you believe they'll win.
My money's on. I like that phrase.
It's very common. You can also say, I'm rooting for Pakistan.
Rooting for, supporting, cheering for.
Exactly. Okay, now let's do a quick role play. I'll ask about sports you watch. You answer.
All right, let's go.
Do you follow any sports?
Yeah, I'm a huge cricket fan. I follow it religiously.
Religiously? Wow, that means very seriously.
Haha, yes. I never miss a match.
Do you support any team?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Lahore Qalandars and PSL. They're amazing.
Nice. Did you watch the match last night?
Oh yes, it was such a close match. They won by just 3 runs.
Wow, that must have been intense.
It really was. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time.
On the edge of your seat. Perfect idiom. It means very excited and nervous.
Haha, yeah, exactly how I felt.
Great job. See, that's how natural sports conversations flow.
Yeah, it felt real.
Now, before we wrap up, let's talk about common mistakes when discussing sports you watch.
Oh, good idea.
Mistake number 1. I am watching cricket when you mean you watch it regularly.
Right, same as playing. I watch cricket for habit. I am watching cricket for right now.
Exactly. Mistake number 2. My team won when it's not actually your team.
Wait, what?
I mean, you can say it casually with friends, but technically you should say, the team I support won, or just use the team name.
Oh, got it. So Manchester United won is clearer than my team won.
Exactly, especially if the other person doesn't know which team you support.
Makes sense.
Mistake number 3, mixing up win and beat. People say India won Pakistan.
That sounds wrong.
It is. You say India beat Pakistan or India won against Pakistan.
Oh, beat ticks a direct object, win doesn't.
Exactly. You beat someone, but you win a match.
So India won the match and India beat Pakistan.
Perfect. Okay, last thing. Let's give our listeners a little homework challenge.
Oh, I like this.
So here's the challenge. Before the next episode, have a conversation about sports. It can be with a friend, a family member, or even practice alone in front of a mirror.
And use at least 5 phrases we taught today.
Exactly. Talk about a sport you play or watch. Use phrases like, I follow, I'm a fan of, on fire, close match, whatever feels natural.
And if you're brave, record yourself and listen back. You'll notice where you can improve.
Great tip. Or better yet, drop a comment on this video telling us about your favorite sport or a recent match you watched. We'll reply to as many as we can.
Yes, please do. We love hearing from you all.
All right, that's a wrap for today's episode. We covered so much, talking about sports you play, sports you watch, common phrases, mistakes to avoid.
And real examples you can use right away.
Exactly. Remember, the key is practice. Don't worry about being perfect. Just start talking.
And if you mess up, it's totally fine. That's how we all learn.
Absolutely. Now, if you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button, subscribe to GoSpeakly English Podcast, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload.
We upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so there's always fresh content waiting for you.
And seriously, your support means the world to us. Share this episode with someone who's learning English. It really helps.
Also, comment below and tell us, what's your favorite sport? Do you play it or just watch it? We're curious.
Yes, we read every comment, and we love connecting with you all.
All right, until next time, keep practicing, keep learning, and keep speaking English confidently.
See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Take care.